Hey guys, I said to make a video about the Baitcast Bass Pro Shops Extreme Reel. It's the ETX10HLE, and I'm going to cast it. I don't have any way to put the camera, so I'm going to do it with one hand. But this is basically how it casts, with a skidder walk on it. 7-foot pole, 14-pound Stren line mono. Alright. No backlash. It went pretty far, but if I really cast into it, it doesn't backlash either. And it's still smooth. I've been using it for about 3 days, and it's still good. But all right, I'm just going to give you a couple quick tips here on this reel. Pretty much every baitcaster every single one has a tension for the spool, and then it has the braking on the side. Now, if it doesn't have the braking on the side, then you probably got a cheap reel. This one is magnets, and it doesn't have the little push pins where you actually got to lift the pins up. But basically, like, I have it set to 9. 9 is the only spot where it won't backlash with like a 1/2 ounce lure. The tension right here, you want your lure to slowly drop from a 45-degree angle without the line coming up on the spool here. But other than that, once you get this adjustment pretty tight, you can loosen it up to however you see fit, and then till you feel like you are casting consistently and it's not backlashing at all. And make sure that you have your line right up to the edge of the spool. That way, when you start changing your line, if you have to take a couple off, you still have enough line there where it's not going to get down too low. And plus, it will cast a little better like this. It'll cast farther because the spool creates inertia when it starts spinning with all that line on it. Other than that, this reel is actually pretty good for $59. Yeah, I don't know. Go pick one up. Alright, hey guys. I'm going to show you a couple quick little tuning tips for your baitcast reel. What you want to do when you're first setting it up, make sure that you have your line all the way to the top of the edge of the spool. Whatever line you're using, it will still work the same no matter what when you're making the adjustments. What you want to do first is put your brake on the side up all the way. If you have magnets, just turn the magnets up all the way. If you have tabs, just put say 3 to 4 tabs, and then put your brake up a little bit. And then you have a tension spool. Make sure you tighten this enough where your lure slowly drops, just like that. And then when it hits, the line doesn't move on the spool. It just stays where it is. And if you have all those settings the way that is, you should be able to cast pretty hard and have no bird's nest. But I don't know why everybody has so many problems with baitcast reels, because they're really easy to use. Let's get this back in. It's out there pretty far. Now, if you're going to be using jigs, like I'm using a skidder walk here, if you're going to be using jigs, you're going to want to add some brake and then loosen up the tension spool. So I'll loosen up the tension spool, so the lure drops pretty fast. Now, say if you had a jig, I'm just going to use this as a demonstration. Put your jig about to your reel. I have a 7-foot pole, so now if I was to jig, I could drop it right there. Another way you can do it is you can put it here, and you can cast it out, or you can take some line like this, drop the line, drop the lure, have it like this, and you can just use the line as the drop. So without fucking your line up, messing your line up. And it casts pretty far like that. No bird's nest. And it's smooth, no tension. Let me show you that again. No backlash.